afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday, a chilly day. Tried taking the dogs for a walk, and we got about halfway down the driveway, and it's too cold.
Nope, the dogs are smart.
They are smart.
And there is much more colder weather coming. But speaking of pets, we're going to be taking your calls later this hour for Carrie Donahue, veterinarian Carrie Donahue at Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care.
We'll tell you when to call in. It's coming up in this hour. But first, topping the news today, do you think it was cold today? Well, as they say, you ain't seen nothing yet. Dana's forecast is coming up.
It was a graphic morning of testimony in the trial of Chandler Halderson. Our Brady Mallory is standing by, and he'll break down all of the details from the day.
And another record-breaking day in COVID cases. But is there a silver lining to the Omicron variant? The DHS seems to think so. Let's take a look outside. Boy, that looks cold, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But the ice fishermen this is great days for them. It's getting crowded on Brittingham Bay.
And we have a frigid night ahead. Dana is in the backyard. How low is it going to go?
Oh, it's going to drop. Like you just said, I ain't seen nothing yet. It's already quite cold outside right now. In fact, temperature-wise, we're sitting at about 9. Some light flurries swirling around for some areas, but we have a pretty clear sky over Madison currently, so likely not coming down for anything in Dane County. Now, we do have wind chill advisories in effect for tonight and for Friday morning throughout southern Wisconsin due to these wind chills continuing to fall. Right now, it feels like we're about 2 below 0 in Madison, 3 below for Janesville, and 15 below in Platteville. Those numbers will continue to drop, possibly even down to 25 below 0 for us for tomorrow morning. Right now, sustained wind speeds generally close to about 10 miles per hour, and that's likely how things will stay overnight, maybe picking up a little bit more, closer to 15 miles per hour for us for some folks. So alert days in the forecast for Friday, and then again for Monday. We get a repeat performance of this colder weather for us as we look ahead through the weekend and into the start of next week. Looking at our traffic conditions right now, thankfully things look fairly smooth for us throughout Dane County, both east and westbound along the Beltline, 39 and 90 north and southbound. Right now, we aren't seeing any major delays, and downtown Madison pretty smooth for us right now. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, 17 minutes this evening. And while traffic conditions do look smooth, a friendly reminder when it gets this cold, of course, any sort of salt or ice melt isn't going to work right now. So just be mindful of that and be careful as you travel.
Keep an eye on the air pressure in your tires. They can drop in this weather.
Absolutely.
All right. Dana, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Right now, the Chandler Halderson trial is taking a break. Today, jurors in the homicide trial saw several images of a dismembered torso, later identified as Bart Halderson. Investigators took the photos in rural Cottage Grove on July 8th.
Now, we want to warn you that some of these details are disturbing, and we have made the decision not to show any of the graphic images. However, our Brady Mallory is here now with new details about what investigators found. Brady?
A Dane County Sheriff's detective testified he knew that there was something that wasn't natural under a pile of sticks at the scene. And when he looked closer, he says it took him a while to process what he saw, a human torso. The jury saw several images of the scene. Detective Brent Baverstock went to that farm, and he says when he arrived, he noticed a red flag immediately. Vultures circling the area.
Most birds really don't have a sense of smell except for turkey vultures. Turkey vultures actually, when a body or an animal or creature dies, it starts going through some changes. The microorganisms on there start producing different gases, and it emanates an odor. Turkey vultures can smell that.
Investigators say they noticed some kind of wound in the middle of the back of the torso. Coming up at 5, we'll hear from the owner of the property who says Halderson had been there before.
All right, Brady, thank you. Well, today the state of Wisconsin recorded the highest day of new cases reported throughout the entire pandemic to date. There's been an 85% increase since last month in the 7-day average, and a 200% higher than 2 months ago. However, there does seem to be a silver lining to the Omicron. The variant is less severe than others, and there is speculation that the pandemic could be sputtering out.
I'm certainly hopeful that the pandemic is going to wind to a close after we get through this really bad crisis that's brought on by Omicron, which is causing unprecedented waves of new infections. That's really what our hope is.
Dr. Westergaard went on to say that there is no guarantee that future variants won't be worse in other ways, and that the numbers that we are seeing every day are likely an undercounting of how many cases are out there due to the mild nature of Omicron.
Students in the Madison School District will return to in-person classes Monday, January 10th, as originally planned. The district first announced plans to delay students' return to in-person learning late last week, citing rising COVID-19 case counts among students and staff. Because of the Omicron variant's continued spread, district leaders say families should expect brief classroom closures. It will all depend on staffing levels in district buildings.
For the first time in more than 6 months, you'll be able to get a COVID test at the Alliant Energy Centers starting this Monday. It's appointment only, and testing will now be in the arena for walking up rather than the drive-through testing they offered for much of the first year of the pandemic. Public Health Madison and Dane County says they started plans for reopening mass testing at Thanksgiving at the first notice of Omicron.
We started making plans to open large-scale testing somewhere. We didn't know if it would be at Alliant back when Omicron emerged right after Thanksgiving. And it takes a while to put together a large-scale testing center. And we have done it faster than we thought we could and faster than our initial plans called for.
Testing at the arena will stay as long as it's needed, but they do ask to make sure you schedule an appointment. That is the most efficient way for their staff to take the tests.
Now that the CDC is recommending COVID vaccine booster shots for children ages 12 to 15, health officials are hoping the extra protection will ease surging COVID hospitalizations. Inside the intensive care unit at a hospital in Dartmouth, New Hampshire, the medical staff is dealing with the largest influx of patients it has seen since the pandemic began.
It's a horrible feeling to do everything you can and work as hard as you possibly can and watch somebody die who never needed to be in the hospital in the first place. And to then have to do that over and over and over again.
New data from the CDC estimates nearly 54,000 people nationwide will be hospitalized every day by the end of the month as Omicron surges. In Ohio, the governor announced the mobilization of more than 1,200 National Guard members to help at hospitals. New federal data shows COVID hospitalizations in Florida topped 7,600 yesterday. That is nearly double from a week ago. And classes in Chicago were canceled for a second day in a row after teachers voted in favor of remote learning.
Well, today the nation pauses to reflect on the one-year anniversary of the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. 5 people died as a result of the attack, and more than 700 people have been charged so far with crimes stemming from that day.
Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with a look at the commemorations in Washington.
These images from 1 year ago when rioters attacked the U.S. Capitol will be forever etched in the minds of the lawmakers and everyone else here on January 6th.
Those of us trapped in the gallery, we lived it. Ducking, crawling, under, over railings, hands, knees, the sounds, the smells.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney joined his daughter, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, on the House floor for a moment of silence. The president and vice president came to Capitol Hill to mark the solemn occasion.
The American spirit is being tested.
In fiery remarks, President Biden put the blame squarely on his predecessor.
For the first time in our history, a president had not just lost an election, he tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power as a violent mob breached the Capitol. But they failed. They failed.
Former President Trump canceled a planned news conference but released a statement calling today's events, quote, political theater and repeating false claims about the 2020 election.
Donald Trump today continues to spread his poisonous vial about the big lie.
Senate Democrats took to the floor to mark the anniversary and demand passage of voting rights legislation, while emotional support dogs like Douglas made the rounds to put people at ease outside the chamber. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Attorney General Josh Kaul and several other former hate group members gathered today to discuss how to prevent the roots of domestic terrorism in Wisconsin. A former al-Qaeda recruiter, former neo-Nazi and KKK leader, and a former white nationalist all got together at McFarland High School on the anniversary of January 6th to talk about the life that they used to lead and how they fell into the holes of hate. Although many of the people came from organized hate groups, there was an emphasis on dangerous individuals.
I do think our biggest threat to society is the lone wolf terrorist, the independent person that feeds themselves with this rhetoric, reads the Turner Diaries, reads, a lot of different stuff that's been put out there to them, propaganda. And with social media being so widespread today, there's so much of it out there that it's a danger to society as a whole.
Hosted by the groups We Are Many and United Against Hate, the event lasted for several hours with a domestic terrorism panel, a former hate group members panel, as well as a keynote address from a member of the Department of Justice.
2 members of the Mineral Point Fire Department have died after their fire truck was hit by a semi while responding to a different crash. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office says the fire truck was on its way to a crash near mile marker 38 on Highway 151 just after midnight and was trying to turn onto an emergency crossover on the highway when it was hit by a semi traveling north. Officials say both vehicles were heavily damaged and the fire truck caught on fire. Both firefighters who were in the fire truck died in the crash. The driver of the semi was not hurt.
The #1 tennis player in the world, Novak Djokovic, is facing a battle off the court amid a big backlash over COVID vaccinations. Australian authorities have detained him in a government hotel while the court decides his fate. Fans of Djokovic came out to support this Serbian tennis star, that is, gathering outside his hotel in Melbourne, outraged he might not play in this month's Australian Open.
It's not fair. It's being discriminating against him just because he chooses not to state, his vax status.
Tournament organizers deny Djokovic received any special treatment. He was granted a medical waiver by 2 independent bodies. He's been called Novax Djokovic because he's spoken out against vaccinations. That isn't sitting well with most Australians. Now the tennis world waits as a different kind of court decides Djokovic's fate. On Monday, Djokovic is on the verge of making history. He's just 1 Grand Slam trophy away from finally overtaking rivals Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Well, still to come at 4, a lot of people like to hibernate during the winter, staying warm and snug inside. But experts say it's important to get outside once in a while for your physical and mental health. More on that when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
This year, there are more tax credits at stake than ever before. Thousands more. The tax pros at Jackson Hewitt will help track down every last dollar. Jackson Hewitt is here to make sure you don't miss a single deduction, so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
You
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Welcome back. Your New Year's resolution may be to find love this year.
But here's a question. What lengths would you be willing to go to find the one? Well, among all of the flashy ads in New York City's Times Square is a billboard that reads, "Date my daughter." Beth Davis wants her 30-year-old daughter, Molly, to find love. So the Boston mom downloaded the dating app Wingman and created a profile for Molly. Now, before you say, "Oh, Mom, why did you do that?" The reason behind all of this, Beth has an aggressive form of breast cancer, and she wants to live to see her daughter find Mr. Right. Oh, that's going to make me cry now. The Wingman app's team was so moved by this story, they offered to put Molly's smiling face in the middle of Times Square.
I'm really hoping that Molly finds a man who has this lovely family, so that when I'm gone, she still has a nice, loving family.
I love my mom, and I always, I never had to consider her not being there for any of those big moments,
The billboard will be up until January 25th, and they've already received, we understand, some good responses. Can't wait for an update on this story.
Absolutely. That is very sweet. Well, John Mayer has canceled his appearance at a music festival in Mexico after testing positive for COVID-19. He was supposed to perform with the band Dead & Company. They tweeted that Mayer tested positive before leaving for the Playing in the Sand Festival in Riviera, Cancun. The band is still scheduled to play over the weekend.
Well, what might seem like a mere orange rind to many proved to be an inspiration for a Jordanian food artist. Omar Sartawi created a high-end and environmentally friendly handbag that was showcased at Dubai's Expo 2020. The orange hard-cased bag with golden accents took 8 months to produce, combining a manual process of curing the orange leather with modern technologies like digital fabrication and laser cutting to shape it. Sartawi's goal is to combine sustainable material and luxury products.
Well, it's very cool.
Very creative.
Yeah. Well, gaming hardware manufacturer Razer is unveiling a face mask with a microphone and speaker that amplifies a person's voice. The Zephyr Pro runs about $150. It also has an N95 grade filter to protect against COVID-19 and internal fans. The company says it goes on sale later this year. Not very stylish, but effective, perhaps. Stocks closed lower for the second straight session as rate hike worries persist among traders. The Dow Industrials lost 170 points to end the day at 36,236. The NASDAQ down 19, and the S&P 500 was off 4.5. When the temperature dips, we tend to seek the warmth of the indoors.
But getting outside during the winter can be very good for both your mental and physical health. Mandy Gaither explains.
If you're dodging the dipping temperatures, you may choose the couch over the cold.
It really decreases our happiness not to get outside.
But Dr. Stephanie Walsh with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Strong for Life says getting outdoors, braving lower temperatures is crucial to your mental and physical health.
Being outside, breathing fresh air, really, it changes everything. particularly your mood.
Walsh says going outdoors may also lower your risk of spreading germs, allowing you to keep your distance from others. Being active can also help supercharge your immune system for up to 24 hours.
We tend to think of it as adults as exercise, and remember that kids think of it as play. So reminding them, go outside and play and have some fun.
That can also help you and your family catch those Z's.
The better sleep we get, the healthier we are, the more we're better able to fight disease.
While bundling up is important, Walsh says to wear layers. Try allowing your kids to choose their own winter weather attire.
If they're cold, well, they'll come back in and put more clothes on. Or if they're hot, it's okay for them to take off their hat.
So as the temperature drops, make sure you don't leave your health in the cold. For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Got to embrace winter around here. Well, when we come back, tracking down suspects in the January 6th riots at the Capitol is turning out to be the biggest job the FBI has ever undertaken, but they're not doing it alone. They're relying on some cyber sleuths to help them figure it out. We'll have that story coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling. Steinhafels has the largest selection of in-stock Tempur-Pedic mattresses. And when you purchase one, you get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
The Home Expo is coming this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless.
Because every day matters, and having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters.
And I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Follow us on all your favorite social media sites and never miss a thing. Share your photos and comments with us and stay connected.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. What if a goldfish could drive? No, it's not the title of a happy-go-lucky children's book. It's the basis of a study conducted by scientists in Israel. Researchers at Ben Gurion University attached a camera to a water tank with a goldfish inside and an onboard computer capable of translating the fish's movements. Then they repeatedly challenged the fish to navigate to a target on the opposite wall. After training, the goldfish repeatedly hit its mark, even when scientists attempted to fool it with false targets. Researchers say conclusions suggest fish have the cognitive ability to learn complex tasks And that navigational ability is universal.
That's fascinating.
Isn't that fascinating?
Wow, that really is.
The fish is driving the thing.
A $316 million Powerball jackpot ticket was sold at a Citgo on Packerland Drive in Ashwaubenon. It doesn't get more Wisconsin than that, right? The January 5th jackpot is split with another winner in California. It's worth $225.1 million if the winner opts for cash. The winning ticket holder has 180 days to come forward and claim the prize. While we know where the ticket was sold, we don't know the identity of the winner yet. The winner has not come forward. The Jackson Point Citgo receives $100,000 for selling the winning ticket.
Okay, what would you do with $221 million?
It's fun to think about, isn't it? It really is.
How about buying a tropical island?
I'd be a very good rich person. I'd give a lot of it away.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. Well, we'll have to wait and see who comes forward.
We can all dream, yes.
It wasn't Dana.
No,
She's here.
I'm still here.
We're all here.
It's not us.
That much we know.
It's definitely would be nice to go to a tropical island though right now. It's a little cold outside for us currently. Feeling a little Arctic right now. Just a look at downtown, a clear sky, so a clear sunset for us and cold temperatures expected overnight. We'll look at your full 10-day right after the break.
Not all accidents happen on busy freeways. They happen in neighborhoods like yours. No matter where your accident happened, Gruber Law Offices is here to help. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your world champion Milwaukee Bucks.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's already pretty cold outside, and it's just going to keep getting colder. Wind chills right now below zero for most of southern Wisconsin. Notice along the western edge, just a bit colder already. We have wind chill advisories already in Iowa. Those go into effect for Wisconsin overnight heading into tomorrow morning. This is thanks to a cold front that's now clearing off to the east. Behind it, high pressure is building in. Since that high pressure is off to the west for us, we're getting our breeze in from the northwest, and it's just pushing that cold air down into southern southern Wisconsin and driving our temperatures down quite a bit for Friday. Overnight lows well below zero, wind chills possibly down to 25 below zero for Friday morning. In the afternoon, high temperatures will be in the single digits, but it's still going to feel like we're below zero throughout the day. We might see some light flurries, possibly some freezing drizzle on Saturday, but overall the forecast really looks dry for us through most of the 10-day, aside from a few small opportunities to see some flurries. We don't have any major snow events to build in, so no need to go outside in the cold to get things cleaned up. That's the good news, at least for the next few days. Overnight lows dropping to about 5 below in Dane County. It'll be a little bit colder along our western counties, and of course in those valley areas dropping just a bit more. Afternoon high temperatures in the upper single digits. Notice our breeze then coming from the south late Friday, so Saturday not quite as cold outside. We'll add on a few more degrees to afternoon highs. Overnight low temperatures climbing through the single digits. Afternoon highs close to 30 for us on Saturday, with that slight chance for possibly a flurry or two, maybe some light freezing drizzle mixed into that for Saturday. But that's truly our only opportunity in the next few days to see any sort of moisture building in and even heading into most of next week. So we do have alert days in the forecast for tomorrow, for Friday, also for Monday, because that Saturday warm up is just a brief little jump up for us before things cool back down again for the start of next week. We yet again expect low temperatures well below zero for Monday morning. Afternoon high temperatures barely in the single digits, and wind chills dropping quite a bit throughout the day. High tomorrow of about 9, partly sunny skies and bitterly cold outside. For Saturday, we get up closer to 30 and then we cool back down. We ride that slide back down for us on Saturday or on Sunday. In the middle teens, single digits on Monday, and that's when that alert day is in effect for us, with temperatures early in the day below zero. Monday night into Tuesday morning, we drop below zero yet again, but the wind shouldn't be as much of a factor. Wind chills won't be quite as low for Tuesday morning. By the end of next week, it looks like we're going to rebound a little more, with temperatures trending back to the low 30s. Some flurry chances possible by the end of next week. Could see some lighter snowfall, but not bringing a lot of accumulation for us, and then heading into a cold trend for next week. And so just dry and cold for our January for the next few days, guys.
Well, if you want to warm up, come to the bunker. It's about
Are you sweating in there?
It's about 90 degrees in here.
Oh, great. I'm glad we have a sauna built in now.
Yes.
It's a bonus.
Made it nice and tropical for
It's
you,
a
Mark.
bonus. All right, Dana, stay warm. Thank you. Well, tracking down and prosecuting the suspects involved in the January 6th attack has turned into one of the biggest investigations in the history of the FBI. More than 700 people so far are facing criminal charges after investigators scoured tens of thousands of hours of video evidence.
But the professionals could not do it alone. They've relied on a lot of help from the public, and that includes a group of amateur detectives. Jeff Pegues spoke with members of this secretive group.
That day is seared in so many minds. Mobs of rioters pummeling and beating police officers and trying to breach Capitol doors.
I was watching all these people hurt officers, desecrate Congress, and no one was getting arrested.
What this woman saw on January 6th motivated her to do something. We aren't identifying her because, like others working to identify rioters, she's concerned about her safety.
What happened means something to you.
Well, a democracy is only as healthy as its citizenry. In a democracy, its citizens have to care. They have to care about the rule of law.
Reading through tens of thousands of images produced that day, this politically independent grandmother joined the crowdsourced collaborative movement of sedition hunters almost immediately.
Was there one in particular that sickened you?
Caveman who beat Officer Miller with the flag. Pretty much anyone in the tunnel that day participated in mass mob violence.
John Scott Railton was also closely watching the attack.
One image stopped me in my tracks, and that was a picture of a man wearing body armor holding a clutch of temporary restraints in the visitors' chamber of the Senate. I thought, my God, what is going on in the capital of my country?
Railton, an internet researcher focused on hacking and disinformation, got to work trying to identify the masked man.
Looking at the image, what is this guy wearing? What's he carrying? How does he move? And through that process, which would be called open source investigation, ultimately we got to an identity.
Railton motivated others to start sifting through the mountains of evidence available on TV and social media.
People began joining groups and collaborating with each other. That ultimately led to some really remarkable discoveries and successes.
To me, it sounds like finding a needle in a haystack.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack of needles.
Some of the sedition hunters would work with images just focused on tracking people in the crowds. Others focused on building timelines or geolocating individuals on maps of the Capitol.
It's like looking at a picture, what's in the background, where do I think the person taking this video was standing, what else in that video corresponds to a time period that I already know.
They even established ethical guidelines of what not to do. For example, they don't name individuals before an arrest has been made. The group's findings, including nicknames they gave to rioters, have ended up in charging documents. And FBI case agents continue to ask for the public's help.
Any assistance, and this kind of assistance is really vital.
Former FBI agent Catherine Schweitz says the sedition hunters' work has undoubtedly led to faster results.
It is by far the largest number of people that the FBI has ever had to investigate. The fact that the citizens are stepping up is taking the time period and shrinking it down substantially.
Still, there remain more than 250 people wanted by the FBI for allegedly assaulting federal officers, and ultimately the number of arrests could more than double.
You know that old saying, many hands make light work?
With the help of the sedition hunters.
Grandma's got new hobbies. She's got gardening hobby in the spring, summer, and fall, and sedition hunting hobby in the wintertime. If I, a simple little old gray-haired grandma, can do this, anyone can.
Jeff Pegues, CBS News, Washington.
It's almost like something out of a movie.
It is.
It's amazing what the technology can do these days. All right, well, if you want the most cutting-edge TV of the year, how about a TV that doesn't need a screen? That's coming up next on Live at 4. And then coming up at 5, Congressman Mark Pocan spoke about what he's taking from the January 6th to 1 year later. Hear what he had to say coming up tonight at 5.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with style at Ashley Home Store. Save up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Shop in-stock mattresses up to 65% off and delivered to your door within 5 days. Plus, interest-free financing for 5 years on luxury brands. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for ache and burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Hello, I'm Gary Canoldi, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise August 9th through the 21st. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night Holiday America Line cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Prepare to feel good in 2022. Join Planet Fitness now for zero enrollment, $10 a month till January 6th. Enjoy tons of equipment in our Cleans Clubs for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone.
It's all about the endorphins, baby. What's up?
It's this place, I tell you.
Amen, baby.
Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 6th.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with style at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 54% off holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus, interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 5, we are Man United Against Hate. That was the theme of a domestic terrorism conference held in McFarland today. Who was there and what they hope to accomplish?
An alert day is in the forecast for Friday for bitter cold. Low temperatures will be below zero, and wind chills could be as cold as 25 below zero in the morning and stay below zero during the day. My forecast at 5.
And then at 6, chicken soup for your immune system. Susan Simon shows you what one doctor is cooking up that's been proven to boost your immune system. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Live look at downtown Madison on this Thursday. Same as yesterday and same as tomorrow. Cold is the operative word. Well, CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, has always been a showcase for the latest in television technology.
That includes larger screens and a TV that doesn't even need a screen. Danya Backus has a look.
New televisions are back at CES and in a big way.
How do you sum up what you're seeing in terms of televisions for 2022?
Well, the thing about TVs this year is that they're getting bigger and brighter and actually more expensive.
CNET's David Katzmeyer says that includes this 97-inch LG OLED TV. There's no price tag yet, but a previous 88-inch version sold for $30,000.
The nature of OLED is that it's a self-emissive technology, meaning it needs no backlight like an LCD. So that means movies really pop.
TCL is revealing a 98-inch TV that uses a different QLED technology for around $8,000. The good news, the smaller the screen, the smaller the price tag.
We've seen some OLED TVs, the smaller ones, like 48-inch sizes, down under $1,000, which is very new for that category.
It's really easy. Samsung is changing controls for TVs. Last year, the company introduced a solar-powered remote. This year, there's a new version that can stay charged with Wi-Fi.
They're saying that it can harvest RF waves from like your Wi-Fi router and use those to recharge the battery in your remote.
Samsung is also making TV more portable. The $900 Freestyle projector can place entertainment or gaming just about anywhere. LG believes the future of TV viewing could be relaxing in a high-tech recliner with a curved display that rotates. And curved screens could make riding a stationary bike feel more immersive. These are just concepts for now. It's not clear if or when they will actually hit the market. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Well, do you have a pet that's in need of a little veterinary care? You're in luck. Call now, 608-270-9933. There she is. Dr. Carrie Donahue and Poppy are standing by to take your calls live. We'll take your calls when we come back. That's 608, not 609, by the way. 270-9933. Stand by, Carrie. We'll be right with you.
To another Buzzed in a Madison Money Minute. Now you know this friendly face because this is the second time you're back. Matt Cutlin of Midwest Financial Group. So during this post-holiday New Year time of year, we really want to start thinking of your financial health as possibly a resolution.
Well, people make New Year's resolutions. It's really easy to think about that as it applies to your body. But finances and stressing about finances or not stressing about finances is a really big thing for people. And so I think you treat it the same way you would your health. And people will go have an annual checkup at a doctor. I think having an annual checkup on your finances would be a wise move.
I love that analogy. And you're available for checkups, right? You're taking new patients.
I guess call me a doctor in that regard.
So winter is also another great time for really planning for some maybe unexpected financial situations that could arise.
Well, you think about it. You have your home, and you plan for what if the furnace goes out, and you've got the car, what if you need a jump start. Your finances are the same way, your retirement planning, things are going to unexpectedly come up. So having a plan, working on thinking through that ahead of time so that you're not caught off guard can go a long way.
This is such an exciting time of year because I always feel like it's a possibility for a new start. Maybe you're thinking about retirement. Maybe you want to just make sure everything's in order. Right now is the time to really figure out what your plan is.
Well, we always say that the best time to do a financial plan is today. The next best time is tomorrow. The next best time is the third day after that. Knowing about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and then positioning yourself sooner rather than later is really important.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. You can call Dr. Matt and make an appointment at his clinic, Midwest Financial Group. I'm Emmy Fink from Hilldale, and you are buzzed into
Madison.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Thankfully, right now, things seem to be going pretty smooth for us throughout Dane County. We did see a report pop up of an accident eastbound along the Beltline near the exit to Highway 18, but it's not coming in on our system, so I don't think it's causing any major delays for us along the Beltline right now. For Rock County, north and southbound on Highway 3990, no major delays right now, and downtown Janesville actually looks pretty smooth for us. Drive times all in the green. Things are looking pretty good. That's a quick look at traffic.
Kentucky toddler who went viral dressed as the Queen for Halloween has gotten royal approval from Her Majesty herself. The girl's mother sent the photo to Windsor Castle and got a response from Lady-in-Waiting Mary Marison saying the outfit was splendid and the Queen was pleased.
That is adorable, and the corgis are as well.
Yes, it's perfect.
The full picture.
It's perfect. Well, it's time to get your pet questions answered live.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. We have 2 lines open right now. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care joins us now. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Happy New Year.
Hello. Hi, Happy New
There's
Year.
Poppy.
And there's Poppy.
She's excited.
Let's go ahead and get right to the phones. Folks are waiting to talk to you. And we'll start with Susie in Madison. Hi, Susie. What's your question?
My question is for my dog that's 4. He's 4 years old. He hasn't been neutered yet. So is the procedure, since he's older, is it more dangerous? And is his healing time is longer, etc.?
You know, really not. And neutering a dog is a pretty simple procedure. It's definitely not as invasive as spaying a female dog. So I think 4 years old is a fine age to have it done. Your veterinarian will probably want to do blood work ahead of time just to make sure that liver and kidney values are normal to go under the anesthesia. And then it's really, as long as that is all okay, not any higher of a risk at that age than, a younger dog would be. So I would say, don't worry about it, and it should be just fine and great to have that done at this age.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. All right, let's go to Julie in Madison. Hi, Julie.
Yes.
What's your question?
Hi, my dog usually walks an hour a day, and she has not been walking because of the cold weather, and now she's constipated.
Oh.
That is tough, and that can happen if dogs are just not out there moving like they're used to. Things can just kind of slow down and get backed up. What I would recommend would be to add in some canned pumpkin with the food, and you could add in, a tablespoon, depending on your dog's size. You could start really small and give more if you need to. The canned pumpkin is very nice at just regulating the GI tract, so it helps with constipation. It can get the stool moving. And it can help with diarrhea and just kind of firm things up. So it works both ways, and that would be what I would try first.
I was going to say the same thing.
That's a great suggestion.
It's a good thing to have, kind of in your pantry for any sort of GI issues.
Always have a can in the cupboard.
Yeah, good.
All right, let's go to Dory in Madison. Hi, Dory. What's your question?
Hi. My daughter has a little dachshund, and he's 3 years old. And for the last 4 months, like once a month, he's had a mild seizure. And we were just wondering if there's anything besides medication. She took him to the vet and everything. They wanted to put him on this real strict thing with all the medication. And she just doesn't want to drug him up. And he doesn't go into a real bad seizure. He's not foaming at the mouth. He just shakes and he gets real stiff.
Okay. Well, you know, this might be a good time to try something like CBD oil. And CBD oil is nice for dogs who are not having seizures that often. And if it's happening once a month, you know, you might be able to try giving CBD oil twice a day and give that for a couple of months and just kind of see how it goes. If it seems like the seizures are happening more and more frequently, like once a week, then probably medications would be the best thing to do. And there are a number of medications out there dogs do really well on, but that might be what I would try first, is see how CBD oil would work.
So if she can just get that at a wellness center or something, the CBD oil?
Yeah, I think it's good to buy CBD oil from a place that you trust, like a smaller pet store or even a human health food store. And, you know, talking to somebody that works there that's knowledgeable and making sure that they know the product and they know it's exactly in the product, that it's not anything extra. Because if you go on the internet, you know, you don't know what you're really going to get.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now, would it have anything to do, like you said, give it to him twice a day for... and how much would you give him? Would it be according to his weight? Because he's about like 12 pounds or
12
maybe
pounds.
14 pounds at the most, maybe.
Okay. So you would want to start with about 5 milligrams of CBD oil, and the dosing is 1 to 2 milligrams per kilogram. For seizures, you sometimes tend to go to the higher end of that dosing range, but giving it twice a day is a good idea just because it doesn't stay in the body for that long. So every 12 hours just to kind of get to a steady state.
All right. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Christine in Verona. Hi, what's your question?
Hi, I have an 11-year-old male cat. He's peeing in the corners.
Oh, goodness. That can be a tough thing, but it might just be something like a bladder infection. There might be crystals there, and it might even just be a stress response. So
yeah, we just got over COVID at our house, and nobody would pet him, and he was like so upset.
You know, cats are so affected by, you know, any changes. Anybody is stressed out. The cat gets stressed out. And sometimes that can show up as, you know, urinating inappropriately. I might try even just getting those pheromone sprays or the pheromone diffuser like Feel Away and trying that first and seeing if that makes a difference. But it just kind of helps to calm the cat. And that might, you know, that might help.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Thanks for calling, everyone. Carrie, thanks for your time.
Thanks so much.
Carrie, great to see you. Great to see Poppy, too. It just always makes everybody
right on
so
cue,
happy.
Poppy.
I know.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Family is just very important. She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy, been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Tonight at 5, day 3 of the Chandler Halderson trial, with the prosecution showed jurors, and we are man united against hate. That was the theme of a domestic terrorism conference held in McFarland today. Who was there and what they hope to accomplish? That's at 5.
When sickness hits, chicken soup can help you heal. Could it even boost your immunity?
This is something we need.
Susan Simon's in the kitchen with Dr. Zorba Pastor to share his research. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
We have an alert day in the forecast for Friday. Bitterly cold temperatures for tomorrow morning and through the afternoon. Some flurries possible on Saturday, but in general, a really dry forecast expected through the weekend and for most of next week. So the focus certainly on bundling up and finding the best hot chocolate recipe you can, because you're going to need it. It's going to be a little cold outside, guys.
All right, Dana, thank you. We'll be right back.
It's time to take your sleep to the next level with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses actively adapt to your body's pressure points, giving you a more personal sleep experience than ever before. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $22.99. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress set purchase. Upgrade your sleep with a Tempur Ergo Smart Base that automatically adjusts to snoring, giving you a great night's sleep. Relax. It's Steinhafels.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
In today's Final Touch, Madrid's traditional Three Kings Parade was celebrated last night after it was canceled last year due to the pandemic. Thousands of families packed the streets of the Spanish capital despite the rain to watch the procession of impressive mechanical puppets, decorative floats, and the biblical magi, along with a 2-mile-long parade. The Feast of the Epiphany, a Christian holiday, celebrates the three kings, or three wise men, who followed a bright star to offer gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the newborn baby Jesus in Bethlehem. Christmas gifts are traditionally given on the Feast of the Epiphany Day in Spain and also in many Latin American countries. Boy, it's definitely a sight to see. Thanks for watching at 4, everyone. Have a good evening. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.